Yo, 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 what is poppin', peeps? Friendlies and non-friendly ghosts. How's everybody doing? What's up? How to set up this goddamn emulator? What the fuck? Alright. So I was like, I had the itch to play this game again. And so I was just looking up, random shit. And shout outs to team Crossbody. Right, shout outs to Team Crossbody, right? They was doing like a review or whatever, overview of the game, right? They showed some stuff off. I will say, I 100,000% agree. 100,000% agree this is a scramble game. I had the opportunity to play somebody, some online matches, we were playing in some horrible connections, man. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was definitely, it was definitely a factor. All right, but we got some sets in about like 2 hours, 3 hours, so it was decent. Trying to identify how to play the game, how it run, knowing what we know, trying to put it to the test, put it to use. And yeah, we had a decent. I said we overall we had a decent takeaway from the game. There's way too much scrambling. There's way too much scrambling, especially. I think the biggest part is the fact that you can super jump, and there's super jump, guard canceling. And you can't really contain somebody down when they're jumping in the air, So yeah, that was my takeaway from it, is that this game is not only chaotic, but there's so much scrambling involved, and you almost feel like you're not doing the right thing if you're not pressing, the light button. If you're not pressing light attack, you're probably not doing something right, That was my impression. Nana's, is that her name? How'd I turn on the hitbox, the hurt boxes? Right. But I did get from that set is that learn how to turn this on, so that was cool. Right. This button right here was destroying me when we were playing. When we were playing, I could not get around this shit. I don't know. I just couldn't get around it. This shit was just was free. It was just ate everything up. But I had some time to after we finished that set, I said, man, I'm fucking done with this game. This game, like, I think I had my feel of it. It's like, I'm done. I came back the next morning, I said, let me lab this shit. How do I fucking solve this shit right here? And I found out some solutions, And I believe I did make a video on that, like, about a couple months ago. It's like, I think it's the last video I made on this game regarding that. So I haven't played since around that time, but I got the itch to play it again right now, so that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm gonna try to remember everything, and more or less just go over some of the points that was made in that video. What was the points made in that video? But yeah, the scrambling situation was like the overall takeaway. This was way too much scrambling. The blue bar didn't need to be there. Kind of takes away from the game, and just trying to take down the opponent. Have the satisfactory of taking a life bar down. And I agree with that. I agree with it, but I also like a stun meter. I like that is there. I would say the only thing that the thing that I would change more so than getting rid of the stun meter was just be having damage being more regulated. You know, like you can have the stun meter and not have the life bar be like 70% reduced just to have it, you know? You could have that. that could be a thing. But then on the other side, with the game being the way it is, that'll just make a lot of characters even that much more one touch kill characters. So how do you fucking grab in this game? Okay, heavy. Okay, you just gotta be close and press the direction and heavy. Yeah. So another thing that was said in the video was, I think that's pretty much all the opinions about it for the most part. Yeah, there's a lot of mechanics in here, and there's even mechanics. I still don't think that I found all the mechanics in the game yet. I still don't think I found all the mechanics, right? Like you can super cancel with the class meters, and how do I put this on? User? There we go. There we go. Can I like... Right. So there's some mechanic in here. God damn it. Okay. Let me put a save point down here. Oh. Okay. So there's some sort of mechanic in here where you have this hidden like clash buff that you can earn, which is not that hard, right? So normally the counter button can only be done once in a class. So let's try this. How do I make them rapid fire? So I'm gonna try to just do the class right here multiple times, and I'm gonna have her jab. Or I'm gonna have her do a heavy. Does that not work? I'll find something that works. I'll have her do hers. Right? So her class beats mine's out at naturally, and I can't cancel out my class into another one. I can neither backdash out of it either. I can't press anything after that, can I? No, I can attack. I can attack out of it with the basic button, but I can't backdash. Can I jump out of it? Can't super jump out of it. I could probably cancel into a normal and then try to super jump. Anyways, it becomes, you know, a thing. Yeah, you know, you can't, once you commit to the class button, you're kind of just committed to it. But sometimes you're not, and that's because anytime you press a normal like that, anytime you press a normal at any point in time, you get the buff what allows you to cancel out into another one, or into as many as you want. As long as you don't spin the meter, you can keep canceling out your cancel button into another one, right? And also what you get from this, you can also use this same like buff to cancel your supers in classes as well. So what's her super? Down, down. Yeah. I don't think she might not be able to cancel out her super, but anyways, let's try it. All right. Wait, what's her super? That's better. That'll be better for us. I'm gonna save it right here. All right. Right, I can't cancel out of the super in this case. Right, but if I do this, I don't know if I'll still be able to do it or not, but let's just see. If I earn the buff just by throwing out a normal, which is very easy to do, but you just have to keep in mind that you have it, and keep in mind when you don't have it, under pressure and stuff like that. So now let's try to cancel out our super. Try it again. Right, it has to hit at a certain frame, so maybe she can't do it. Maybe she can, maybe she can't, I don't know. I don't think she'll be able to do it. She might not be able to cancel her super. She might not be able to cancel her super, but she can cancel out like her special move. Like everybody can do it in one form, shape, or another. So she has this move right here, and I know for a fact she can cancel this move, right? So let's do the same thing and try to cancel this out. So here's not having it. I'm gonna try to backdash. Stuck into that super, I'm stuck into that special the whole way through. Stuck into it all the way through. Stuck in it all the way through. Now when I do the buff, get the buff on me, and now I'll try to backdash. Now I can backdash. Or I could throw out another one. Or throw something else out, you know, so this buff allows you to basically get, you know, super class friendly, let's just say, for each character. And, you know, I don't know all the possibilities of this because this is such a high octane game, and it's moving at such a fast and chaotic speed and unpredictable speed, and so much stuff is happening that it's kind of like you try to make some shit happen, right? Try to make some shit happen, and maybe you'll get that to happen, you know. So I can't quite possibly tell you what this completely entails is possible, but it's better to have it than it is to not have it. Anyways, the long and short of it, different characters can use it better than others. Nana, this character, is already a character who's pretty good with it, with classing naturally. She has many good moves. This one in specific can just rival some supers. Right, so you don't have to take chip damage and stuff. Right, medium version seems pretty good against that. Light version too. God damn. Damn, that just completely nullifies it. Yeah, so Nana, she's already pretty good. I would say very good at clashing. Not the best, but she's definitely no slouch at it either. Most likely just a runaway poking character, keeping you at bay, fans, you know, trying to create weird cross-up situations. There was something else that we were talking about when we were playing. What was it? What was it? It was something necessary. It was something extremely necessary. And I can't remember what it was. It was something about... It might have been Tiger kneeing. It might have been. It might have... Yes, I think that's what it was. So... Yeah, you can like tiger knee things like you could get really low to the ground, but it's a weird input, right? No, so you do the motion and it holds your input, but there's another way to do it too, and another way to do it is I believe I found this one after I got that information on how he was trying to do it, because he was like, you hold direction and then, you know, jump and then you get it to come out. He said something wrong, but anyways, I found out you can just hold any button, a face button, yeah, I think that is it, yeah. Because normally when you try to do it, you can't really get it that low to the ground, right? So you kind of just have to let it bake, or, you know. So if you hold like an attack button or any button, and you can just release the button, press it again, and you can target these things. Trying to see how low can I get to the ground. He's got some hops. I think it's because I'm like getting a super jump. Yeah, I think it works the best if you just hold a face button, right? And then you just try to tiger knee it, and you get some rapid fires of characters if you have that. And this is... He was like finding like a lot of like shit, because he was trying to get this character to work, and I was like, man, this character, I think she's kind of trash, man. Like, I think this character is, I don't think there's really any saving her. Like, I think she's like the bottom tier. He's like, nah, this is popping. Like, I don't know, man, but he might have been onto something. Right? Because C can really take advantage of that, and it kind of gives her at least something to work with. She's a character who doesn't really have any big councils or anything to like that. Oh, what the fuck? Why is it default on that? So, what's her air attack? Yeah, that's her. That's one. I think that's her only air attack, right? It's her only move in the air. This is pretty good. I'll take him off of... Yeah, so get the frame data. He has some interesting buttons. You can't crouch block. I mean, in the air, you can't block lows. So, I guess you can try to take advantage of that with this super and like maybe she can get it to work, like by chance. She has another super, right? Right, that's another one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So if you see ever catch somebody in the air, this is guaranteed. I believe that's guaranteed anytime she catches somebody in the air, because I believe that hits low. Or I don't know. Let me try to take it. Okay, they're on block, so they're blocking everything in the air. And I'll do the super, and they get hit, right? So that's her thing. She has a way to get damage anytime you're in the air. So this super is not all that hot, although it can catch them in a scramble, which a lot of scrambles are going to be in this game. Right. So, and I don't think she can use the cancel tech. If she could, that would be really good for her. But I don't think she can do that. So she has the buff right now. I don't think she can do it. It's going to be hard to time even if so. Right. So that would be really good if she could cancel that out. I don't know why she can't. But it would be really good if she could. But as it stands, some characters have good cancel buttons and some characters don't. So in a case like this, a character with a good cancel button is the chick that we're the training dummy right now. So I could just keep doing this, I think, and I could probably eat out the entirety of her super. Right, I got a decent way there. Right, and then I could probably whatever her super is. Okay. And that super is guaranteed if they block it. He has another super. That's not that. There we go. It's just a Shoryuken motion. And see if I can beat out her super. Oh. And by the way, this character who's already top tier without having this can cancel out her super into another super. So, if I just stop canceling it at some point, you know, you could just basically use this buff as a one big parry. Or you just back out, you know? Just get out of dodge. But yeah, you get a full punish off of pretty much any mistake that she makes, just because you have that buff. Anyways, yeah, her gameplay. Oh wait. She has this, which is her overhead. Her overhead, which it's something, I guess. But yeah, she has this, when you do this move on the ground, quarter circle back button is very punishable. And you see, holy shit, it's very punishable, right? It's very punishable. Some characters will just eat it alive, you know, and you know that you lost half of a life bar. She has one from jump, which is way better, right? And it's safer. But using the tech to, you know, Tiger Knee it becomes much better. So that's one thing she has going for her. And this game is not restricted to jumping back or forward. So you can just buffer it backwards and forward jump and do it, you know. So it's unfortunate that that's like the only good thing that I think she has going for her, other than her super, which this is good. It is good to have, right? Because it does beat out a lot of things. Right, it is pretty good. It has a decent class on it. And you can abuse it pretty much. Seems like it's just better if you hold the same button. No, because I just did it right there, like. And of course you just buffer it and then jump later, and you also get it. I think that's how you get it the lowest to the ground. But and also just further ensure that you get it by holding the same button that you're going to use, or a different button, you know, and then just combine both of them, and you know, you start getting it a lot more consistently. Right, so instead of having to like charge it, partition it or whatever, you can just throw it out. So that's one thing that she has going for her. She has a use for this. What good can come from it? What good can come from it? I don't know. Well, she probably get some cool combos from it. One thing about her is her combo doesn't get all that complicated, right? I think this is like the best thing to do, is you do that. Ooh, can she cancel? Can she cancel this ball into? She can. Okay. So she does. Okay, that's okay. Okay. That's not that hard. Right, it looks like it starts looking like a brutality. It starts looking like a brutality, huh? Right. So even though we were playing online, and the connection wasn't the best, we were definitely dropping a lot of combos, and we were definitely spazzing and just, you know, scrambling a lot. But we did get some kills, and we, you know, you got like a couple decent sized combos, you know, 40-50% combos here and there. You know, for a first run, which basically was the first time the game was ever played. First time the game was ever played doing decent damage, probably. So yeah, I think this game is damage. While it is a frontal problem, you know, it's on the cover. Hey, we have issues, we have problems. We got problems, dog. It's on the cover. But I think you keep turning the pages. It may not be in the first couple chapters. Maybe like in the Second Testament, you know, maybe somewhere along those lines. It's like, okay, well, actually the meta, it's pretty standard to do this, you know. I think it's one of those things, but it's a game that never got a chance to get figured out. I think that's kind of the situation where this game falls in right now. It never got the chance to really get figured out, and nobody wanted to give it that chance because there were other games of its same, you know, the same franchise, and that were well liked. It seems like in those games you can actually play you know, without spazzing out. You know, it's not so heavy, and this is not so heavy in stuff like this. You know? You know, this whole time I was thinking that that green box was the hurt box. That's the class box. Which only further emphasizes why this character is bullshit. Let me go back to it. Let me not forget about this. I thought the whole time that was the hurt box. I was like, man, it's really not all that big of a deal. Like, why was I struggling with this? That is not the hurt box. That green shit is not the hurt box. That is armor. That is fucking armor. No wonder this shit was bullshit. This is armor. And let me tell you how I solved this, right? I went, did this shit, and I gotta turn this shit on to like rapid fire. I have to find out how to beat this button right here. This button is impossible. And it's one of its kind. It's especially bullshit because it's not low enough that it matches up with other characters' crouching lights and mediums, and so it hovers just on top of them. It hits you right where it hurts. This button is kind of like a big hurdle. But it's not really all that difficult to beat. Because most dash attacks are good at beating it. Most dash attacks, not all. Down counter button doesn't work. Or standing counter button doesn't work. I believe she can do the technique. Yes, she can do it with... Right. She can do the... She becomes a sumo wrestler if you get the buff. Probably have to rely on this. But then the problem is when you do this, yeah, they can just, you know, they can just skip school and just like, and then get a punish after that. But you can't do anything that's too committal. What else can she do? Good jumping. For that background line. Holy shit. This shit anti-aired. This button is ridiculous. It armored on one side and then it anti-aired on the other side. So Nana, ironically, will probably be the person who struggles the most in dealing with this. She would struggle the most dealing with her own BS. Unless there's another move I'm forgetting about. Yeah, that does beat it. Alright, she does have a dash attack that can beat it. I forget what I was thinking about. Too many dolls. Too many dolls. God damn. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was saying, like, you can build, because even if she can do this into normals, she can't do that into special. Right. She can only do that when she has the buff. Right. Otherwise, she's stuck. Right. She can't move at it, but if I get the buff, I can get out of there. Damn, you gotta be quick to do that. To get her second super where it launches you. You gotta hit down to do it. Down special button. Then up special button to get part 2. But you have to do it so quick. It's gonna be so quick. Her weakest thing about her is that she doesn't really get big damage like that. She has a hard time juggling. I guess that's like her weakness. But yeah, that button's bullshit. That button is absolute bullshit. I thought it was a hurt box. That shit is armor. That is a ridiculous button. But there's characters who can beat it out, and I believe I made a video about it way back when. I should mute the volume. I should mute it, bro. Sorry to say, I gotta let you go. How do I turn the music off? Is it even possible? Is it even possible? I don't think it's possible. He's like, you gonna listen to this? You gonna listen to this? They like, hey, you trying to turn what? No. No. And they know, hey, you gonna hold this. You're gonna hold this and you're gonna like it. So, here we are. Let me update combo structure. Right? So I believe I already did this at one point, but let me just update it again. You don't need to reset to get damage in this game. You don't need to reset. Only thing you need to do is have a combo over, I want to say 9 hits, and sending them over into stun. But you have to have that 9th hit and or 10th hit be a special move. If you do this, you get the rush counter to reset, which means the scaling resets. And you have a whole combo meter, rage, Vism. You have a whole 120% bar of active mode to get unscaled damage. And in that time, some characters can flat out kill. Some characters can flat out kill in that time. Probably most characters can kill in that time. Some harder than others, some easier than others. But the key thing is making sure. Let me just get her local quick. What's her dash attack? I'm gonna save it right here. So you want to make sure that you have, in a scenario like this, she only has a little bit of blue bar. You want to make sure that you get over 8 hits and then finish with a special attack. Doing this causes the rush counter to reset, and then you can get an additional remainder of the combo unscaled if you can activate after that. That's just how the game works. I don't know the reason behind this, but you know, it's a way to get more damage. Basically, you get double the damage that you would otherwise. And again, some characters can flat out get 100% damage. Some characters can get close. Some characters, like that chick we were just on with the crouch jab, struggles to get some damage. But I'm sure with enough time and practice, so you could probably get up there too. So yeah, before I said that you have to have a reset, cheeky reset, and that way you can get the unscaled damage. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, which means you don't have to let them slip away, which means you can get once you get any sort of crouch jab, you can get the rest of the combo guaranteed. Now, of course, you're going to have to get them on the ground, because if they're in the air, then they can air recover, or air tech. If they're at the wall and they're in the air, they can air tech. But sometimes that's a good thing, because if they're in the air at the wall, then they're vulnerable to being hit by things like the ballerina chick's super, which they can't block in the air, which means, they're vulnerable to things like that. And other characters who can have things like that can abuse them, and that's just another way to get damage. But yeah, so we just want to get over 8 hits and end it with a special. Any special that leaves me in a good position, anyone would do. Even the counter counts as a special in this scenario. So it's a quick way to get that extra last hit. Of course, it could be a super as well, but not all supers leave you in a good position or even give you a chance to continue a follow-up. So, you know, that's what we have to work with. I haven't played this character or this game in an extremely long time, so I'm gonna just try to mess around and find something. I need one that launch. I don't know if that will pick up high enough. Oh, she has a good super. That's even better. So you see, just like that. Right? I didn't really do anything that special there. But you see, that's all it takes to empty out a life bar. It's not that crazy difficult. It's as long as you catch them on the ground, even if you catch them in the air, right? As long as you have a good juggle game. And as long as you remember the fact that they can't block certain attacks in the air. So you're going to have to learn moves that they can't block in the air, right? So her super, they can block her super. They can't block her down light, or her down medium, or her down heavy. They can't block her Tatsu, the light version. They can block the medium, they can block the heavy, but they can't block the light. They can block the fireball, medium, light, and the heavy. So yeah. I forgot she had another super. They can't block that super in there. Our gauge is automatic. No, that I can't control the gauge in practice mode, but yeah, it wouldn't be recovering this fast. So anytime they're in the air, this is guaranteed. So anyways, we got a combo that was like a lot of damage, right? We nearly killed them. Granted, you know, all that extra damage, you know, to get the meter down that low. It was about 60% damage. We can probably kill from that point. Right, it's just about knowing what you can do, knowing the character, what they can do. I don't know this character. But yeah, that's pretty easy damage right there. Of course, the next step would be knowing how to pick them back up on a juggle, which I'm gonna try that. I don't know if she can do anything that can pick them up after that. Holy shit. That won't work too. Holy shit. It's also about letting some of the hits of the after image come through. Because if you just mash it out, you're not going to get all the hits. So you have to let some of the hits rock. So this one has 2 extra hits. You know, maybe more. Maybe, I think 3 is the max. So letting all of the hits connect instead of mashing it out. If you mash it out, you're canceling out the extra hits that you can get, which is extra damage. So those are also variables in getting damage. Oh, I found out how to juggle. Uh-oh, she's dead. She's dead. Oh, she's even more dead. No. Too late. Got close. So instead of doing this now, this right here is really good in activation. I remember this being really good. It does a lot of damage. So now that we know we can juggle, cancel. Got it. Got them. Read it. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's super dead. Got it. Some characters have dash attacks that lets them just carry on, but you have to do it with a light dash attack. And in order to do that, you have to make sure that you release back to neutral. Because whenever you press forward and light attack, you get a medium attack. So you get the medium dash if you hold forward, which usually knocks them down or something. What's her medium? Her medium launches. And we want the light one, which doesn't. So that would be probably the most damage. And you have to link that into medium. Yeah, nah, that's just hard. Her damage would most likely come just from launching, just like, right, just something like that. And they tech. I don't remember how they tech in this game. I just press a button. They tech, then you just hit them with the button that they can't block in the air, and you know, has a lot of classic potential. So basically, they're gonna take this one way or the other. Alright, and they keep teching, they're gonna keep taking it. Right. But I think they can tech and move out the way, so that's gonna be the next issue. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to consider. Anyways, this C struggles with her infinite because C doesn't do that much damage with her infinite. Yeah, that's an easier one. That's still not that easy. Goddamn. Then you run into the next issue is that when you go over 10 or so, the juggle limit, you can no longer juggle her at some point in that. So even a super will drop out, which you need. So that's the next issue. But it's not a problem if you end it with something like that. Maybe. That's the dream right there, is just keep looping. So to do that, you have to do, you have to do the dash, go for the neutral, light attack. And then for the medium tag, you press forward on the medium. And then you press forward again and go back to neutral, hit light. And that way you can keep looping them. That shit is... yeah, I don't even want to do it. I say she's good because she doesn't really have to worry about that. This is usually her bread and butter combo. It's pretty good. It's good for multiple reasons. Because if you look at the amount of meter that it builds, you gotta look to the amount of meter that it also builds. $56. $58. Right, 58, not bad. $78. $72. Right? If you get them to the corner, that's how much meter you're getting. You get them to the corner, 78. That's a lot. And then in the next corner, you already got 120. And now they can no longer jump on you. Damn, did that? Hold on. I thought they could block that. Why did that hit? Did I cross up or something? Oh. Oh. information. There's one hit in there that can be unblockable in the air. Which is like really low in that second uppercut. It's really low into it. But you also just have this. What you just do. Right, and also why she has 120 class buff, get the class buff, and then see if I can do this. You have unlimited supers to class with. You know. You know, that's pretty cool, you know. Right? I think we get into a class. Right. Pretty good in scrambles, right? So the class buff is just pretty good for those scramble situations. So make sure, it's just always good to keep in mind. Sometimes you'll spin the bar and you'll just keep going in, and you're probably going to get into another class without pressing the button. Alright, so you got to enter that mindset. Let me build this real quick. Let me get that real quick. Let me check that. Okay, I got it, right? Not hard to do. You do a jump in, doesn't really matter. But always good to remember when you have it, when you don't, so you can do stuff like that. You know. Special moves also spend it, right? It's not just spending meter, it's also special moves. So when you do special move, you no longer have it. Right, I should have clarified that way earlier. Any special moves, even grabs as well. Spend it. Right, so it's always good to keep that in mind. Other than that, yep, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Talk about, really. I do have a tier list of characters. I never share it. I do have a tier list that I never shared. It is also outdated because a lot of stuff I found out was after I made the tier list. But I could like bring it up for a little bit, right? I could bring it up for just a little bit. Talk about it. Get it out of here. Do I have Windows capture? Alright, so this is probably gonna have to do. Alright, probably gonna do it like this. We're starting with who I think is the best character. Right? So, undoubtedly, indisputably, the best character, in my opinion, it's kind of cropped out. So, in my personal opinion, this is the best character in the game, bar none. Her pros is class counters and attack grab, and her standing special normal, which is her counter button. Which is you use that button alone will get you 50% damage. You know, in any really given juggle combo situation, it's gonna give you 50% damage. She has a lot of life damage. She's got a lot of blue damage. Her meter gain is like the only weakness because he's going to be using that special normal so much, or that counting button. Because he's using it so much, she's losing, I believe, 10% each time. So you're going to choose between getting damage and building meter. Getting damage and building meter, which you don't really need meter with her. You can get meter with her, and that gives her an unblockable super if they block the first hit. It's just straight up unblockable, let's call it what it is. It gives her an unblockable super, and it gives her a Gymnasium, which is a nightmare. But you can also just get 50% damage without it, you know, so. She's good on, so her ground game is great. Her juggles are excellent. She can juggle you from anywhere. Her air to air, air play, air attacks, air game. It's decent. I have her classing as a 3-star, her close range as a 4-star, her long range as a 3-star. I think she's good, just middle range. Middle range, I think she's great. You know, long range, I don't know if she's great long range. Again, this is before I saw the volleyball shenanigans, and you know, I can attest it is very oppressive. So that might be, I would put it at like a 4-star. I don't think she beats some of the range characters, like the tennis ball character. I don't think she outranges her. But she definitely does have a good middle ranged dominance with her volleyball. And she's just a threat no matter where she's at in general, you know. And she also has some like air dive shenanigans that she can do, and yeah, she's just a nightmare. She's just an overall nightmare no matter what, you know, you're dealing with. The perfect specimen of a broken character. Alright, so I have her as my top tier. I have like points there, 11, 12 points, 13 points, you know, just docking all the, you know, aspects of the game. It doesn't really mean much. It's just, you know, what I think the character excels at. Not really correlating to the grade I give them, just what I think the character excels at, and then putting the grade on top of it, you know. And here's who I had at my worst character, which I still don't disagree with. I don't disagree. I don't know her name. I don't disagree that she's the worst character. All of her normals are extremely stubby. She can get decent damage, but that's pretty much the only where it starts. That's where it starts and where it ends, I think. Yeah, so big stun damage potential, but she got short limbs. Yeah, that's pretty much where it starts and where it ends. Nothing too special. Pretty much average meter game, average ground game. Pretty subpar juggles, decent, good, but short. You know, getting to it is going to be the problem. Getting to all of her stuff is the problem, because she can't really get to it. It doesn't really factor. You know, her classing isn't all that special. It's nothing to write home about. Subpar, close range subpar, long range subpar. I feel comfortable saying she's the worst character in the game. Now this one I disagree with. I put it as a C+. I think C's a little better than a C+, maybe like B. You know, I wouldn't put her in A, but I'll say B for sure. She's great standing special normal for clashing, and her weakness is she depends on classes to get her offense. Do I still feel like that's true? I think so, but I think that it only got stronger because of the clash buff. Just makes her pro already that much stronger. And also what I didn't talk about is when you get the clash buff, you are preventing yourself from spending meter by using the clash counter button. So as long as you cancel it out, you're never spending the meter. Even if you have 100% super, let's actually practice this right now. Even if you have 100% meter and you're in position to lose that meter. All right. So even if you're in position to lose that meter, I got the buff. As long as you cancel out, you don't lose the meter. Okay, I lied. You lose the meter on the super. But notice these moves. Okay, they don't cost 10. What did they cost? Hers costs 7. 7. Hers costs 10. Right. So the volleyball character costs 10, I believe, each time he does it. Anyways, this character costs 7. But as long as I got the buff, I'm never actually losing meter to cancel it out. Right? Not until I decide to go for a super. But I cancel that out. Which of course, you want to keep that meter. So probably not something you want to do. You want to wait till you get 120 and then start doing those type of tricks. That's all I wanted to show you. So I have this character, and I'll probably go over this again. I'll update the list, and if I ever go back to it, yeah, her class game only gets stronger because of the class finding, and she's just overall stronger because of it. Her life damage is phenomenal. I have the blue stars, means it's going to take some work to get to. It's going to take some elbow grease to get to, but that's the potential that I see it and believe it's going to be it. You know, so blue stars or blue star chips are potential, but also possibility. Just takes more effort. Red stars are just like, it's part of, it's on the cover, it's written on the cover, it's there. You know, that's what you get. Blue stars, that's what you can get, you know, if you dig a little bit further. So she's very much a blue star chip type of character, right? Takes some working around to get to it, but she's strong when she has it, you know. So as a, you know, without potential, she's probably a C+ character. With potential, she's a B. I would say a straight up B. She's a straight up B. Right, great life damage, you know, 5-star life damage. Her blue damage is, you know, taking out the stun gauge, the guard gauge. It's pretty high up there. Meter gain is phenomenal. I don't know how true that is really, but that's what I put in the past. Her ground games is average. Juggles, pretty great. Airplay is not that good. Classing, again, 5 stars. Close range, whatever. long range, whatever. Her main game is putting you in the class chaos, and that's why I can't put her in the A tier personally, but she is good, and she can kill you in one touch. She absolutely can. I put it in a video. I have a video of it. I did it twice. Let's go to the next character who many people will probably say would be the best character. Karate Chick. Karate Chick. Now, her 8+ is a bit different. You see, there's no blue stars here. Everything is just front and center, right? And that's how I feel about her, right? Everything is on the cover. You can see why she's good. You don't have to guess or estimate why. It's all just right there in the front. Pros, he's got a press-up offense, and she has an unblockable down medium launcher. Yeah, so if you do down medium with her, it's unblockable. You cannot block it. That's her uppercut, right? She does a double uppercut, right? You can't block it in the air or on the ground. You just cannot block it. So yeah. And it launches you in the air. Her cons is she has no full screen fireball, which boo-hoo, right? Boo-hoo. Like how many characters do? Boo-hoo. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. She's great at pretty much everything except for long range. So yeah, it's not really much else to talk about here. She's a great character. If anything, I would say she's kind of slow. If that would be her any other con I would add. She's not the quickest. Did I show this character yet? I don't think I did. So her pros, meter gain, as we saw, she built like 78% in one combo, and takes you to the corner. Her meter, spinning in the corner is not that big a deal. You actually benefit being in the corner because you can air tag. All right, being in the corner is kind of a good thing. In some situations, right? If you're running low on blue stuff, probably don't want to be in the corner. If you feel like they're too confident, you feel like, oh, their mind is stabilizing and they're starting to capitalize on damage now, they are going to hit me with the 50-piece combo. If you start feeling like that, yeah, you don't want to be in the corner. No, start jumping. Start jumping, get to the middle. But other than that, being in the corner is pretty good. So yeah, her pros, her meter gain, and her damage complement one another. Alright, so basically she gets her best damage without spending meter, is basically what that's saying. And she only gets more damage from that damage because she gets the meter, you know. Her con is her lackluster guard reversals. You know, given the class secret, that may or may not still hold true, but she does have more options now. So grain of salt right there. Her life damage, pretty sure she can kill you outright in one touch, just like the other character, but take some elbow grease, a lot more elbow grease. In fact, they both take a lot of elbow grease to get to, so yeah. Blue damage is pretty great, just out front and center, just basic combo, not hard to do. You take about 70% of the blue bar. Meter gain is probably the best in the game, except for one character probably. Ground games, juggles you know, that's where her damage comes from. Everything else is just pretty normal. Long range is not all that special. A minus. I would probably say she's a B plus, personally. I'd say she's a B plus. That would be my change that I make. I don't think she's an A tier. She takes a lot of effort. Maybe just be a B straight up. Man, we go to a character who I believe is absolutely an A tier. And her chart doesn't look all that impressive, but she's still an A tier. Why is that? Her frog traps are a pro. Her frog traps aid all areas of offense and defense. So she puts a frog out on the field and she cooks that thing. She lets it cook. That frog starts cooking. It starts grooving out, right? That frog starts grooving. We need an example. To show this frog cooking, right? This frog gets it in. You ain't never seen a frog cook like this before. This frog is he's the grand frog. He's frog sensei, you know. This frog knows the business. So I think we just down. Nope. Quarter circle back. Yeah. This frog cooks. Let me save it. So that was light and it built 16%. Medium? Well, that's heavy. Hold on, you're spoiling. That's heavy. This is medium. Medium builds 24%. Heavy builds 32% meter. And all the while this frog is cooking, he's an active trap. And if he hits, he just builds more meter for you. Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't build more meter for you, but if he hits, then right, he just gives you everything. He gives you the world. So you can cook him, and then you can send him. Cook him. Can you cook him in the air? No. You gotta cook him on the ground, and then you can send him in the air. Right, this character is crazy. She can cook, and she has different ways to send them too. So she doesn't have to send them the same way. She has a short bomb, a short straight shot, a long straight shot, and then she has the like travels wherever they are, almost overhead. Or he travels where you are. Is it an overhead? Blocking low. No, it's not an overhead. So she's just crazy. She's just crazy. See how much meter did I build right there? How much meter did I build right there? Right. First, oh, let me see how much meter. Not that much. And her down is her kit? Yeah. He builds a lot of meter, basically. Long short. He builds a lot of meter, and then our supers. Our super. I think it's fireball. Yeah. I think she gets 3, right? No, it has to start with it. I think she gets 3 slams. She can get 3 slams. But then she has a second super. Which is like, come on. You know? Come on. At least you don't have to block low for it. But you do have to defend for your life. You know, you do have to fend for your life. This is also a... She has the launcher, which is this. And then she has the overhead, which is that. It starts off... you know, just like this. But then it comes down. So in the midst of doing all this, you know, and keep in mind, while you're waiting for this to come down over your head, she can cancel out of it. Not to mention she gets to do this, which looks exactly like it, you know? We don't need to discuss why she's at the top tier, right? This is an overhead. This is not. It's a launcher. None of that matters because he can cancel both of them out into a low. All the while he's trapping you down. I think some character in the Marvel game has this super, you know, Dormammu or something like that. Yeah. So this is why she's top tier. She builds meter incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. She cooks her frog. And when she chooses to build the meter, cook the frog again, crap. Cook the frog again, crap. She builds meter without even touching you. Keep away, come get me. Okay, Dormammu. Okay, another one. Dormammu. Cook frog. Okay. Okay, go at him, frog. Cook again. Dormammu. Okay, activate. Cook frog. Right, we don't need to discuss. I feel like I was just mashing buttons. I felt like I was just mashing buttons, but that shit looked impressive, didn't it? It should look like I knew what I was doing. It looked like I knew what I was doing. So yeah, she's arguably A plus. She's definitely not an A minus. She's an A minimum. But she does require some execution. You know, she requires some execution. She's not just like, you know, turning out damage every time she turns a corner. Although she's not exactly shortchanged on it. You do have to know the right routes to go to, and yada yada yada. So I have her pros. The frog traps helps all areas of offense and defense. Her cons: low damage without 120%. So she needs meter to actually get the damage, but she's always going to have that meter, so it's not really that big a deal. Blue damage, she has it, which means if you get blue damage, you're winning the round. It's not just a stun meter, it's also the round within the round, right? It's round points. The more points you have in a round, in a timeout scenario, you win. You know, it's like a sumo contest or like a karate contest. You get scores by ring outs and whatnot. Knockouts are counted like points. So the blue bars are just you knocking out the opponent, and you get a score from that. So she's good at that. And that's pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous. Great meter gain. Ground game obviously is on fleek. Juggles, pretty great. Airplay, it should be higher than what I have it. Classing is so. Close range, honestly, everything in this should be like 3 to 4 stars minimum. But yeah, she's a tier. I would put her A regular. Probably give her A plus, honestly. Probably give her A plus. Because she doesn't have to fight you. She doesn't have to scramble with you. The best characters are the characters who don't have to scramble. They can control the flow and the tide of the match without having to exchange. She's one of those characters. She doesn't have to get into scrambles with you. She lets her frog get into scrambles with you. And she's cooking the whole time. So, unlike this character, who, while she also doesn't have to get into scrambles because she can just volleyball you, if she gets any single touch on you, it's going to hurt like hell, right? And she has great classing ability on top of that, on her most important moves. So, yeah, she does get in scrambles, but she wins the scrambles, so that's the difference. This character. Alright. We talked about her. She's kind of lacking. Gave her a higher score. I probably re-scored this later after finding the tiger knee stuff. Or thanks to the help of the matches I had and further, digging into it. So her pros are her unblockable special and her super when airborne. So she has an unblockable special. Hold on. I need to see what I'm talking about here. It's probably that flip, right? Alright, so what blocking in air? No. Yep, that's unblockable, but that's not something really to brag home about. That's probably that right there. Yeah, the light version. Okay. Light version. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, this is pretty good, right? This move is pretty good for catching them in air, right? So he's really good against people who jump in air. He's really good against people in air. This also works, right? Yeah. This one sends him to the wall, and this one launches, which he picks up off of it. Right? It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. How much meter is that build? Right. I'm reassessing my ranking right now. God damn it. How much? Oh, so he uses 10? So he uses 10? I guess, you know, 10 is like the normal number. So he built 60. It's not bad. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent. You could probably get more. Alright, if I ended with that, I'll probably build more. God damn it. It's kind of tough to build though. It's still 60. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. $80, that's what we're talking about. $86 at the corner. I'm gonna try to go to 10. I'm gonna do it at 9. I gotta do a high launcher for the last one. Gotta be quick too. Only 84? Come on. Maybe I can let him drop a little bit. Oh, that I gotta let him get low to the ground, I think. Ah, fuck. $88. Okay. 88 off of you know, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not the simplest thing to do, but you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. What can I say? What can I say? So I have a meter gain is pretty high. I guess I already knew. Yeah, I agree. Ground game is okay. It's alright. Airplay is alright. Juggles is alright. Classing is the weakest thing. I don't know why I have it 3 stars, to be honest. I don't know. Does he have any good classing move? or even decent class move, because you kind of need one in this game. And I don't know if he has one. Back to the field. What classing moves do you have? This one isn't that good. This is her. What good classing move does he have? Oh wait, he has this. Not that. This. That's probably what I'm thinking about. That's pretty good. Alright, that's pretty good. If we slow it down. Oops. Alright, that's a pretty decent move. She sticks her head out a little bit. You know, it's not the best one. It's not the best. This one's also pretty good. Right, it's pretty good. It goes hella far. Probably one of her best moves. This move is okay. This move is what she uses to counter people in the air. Get a launcher, you can't block it. I don't think it will be that big of a factor, but she could do it. And her counter version is the same move, but a different box, and it moves forward a little bit. Right, so it makes it good for, I believe that'll make it good for countering Nana's BS. More than likely. They might be around the same height, these moves. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. It's good for... This seems to be a good button in general. Right? The fact that it goes so far. Hitting twice. So that'll be a good button in winning a lot of scrambles. It just doesn't really lead to much. Oh, I should test that other one too. I can just do this. Why did I lose? Oh, because he sticks her hurt box out a little bit first. But this one's her hurt box never comes out on it. Oh. So I'm gonna save it right here. But it still works the same. Alright. If I'm right here, gets clapped. If I'm right here and do the other one. Got extra protection. Comes in handy. Ah. Right. Can we just give this game its props for having this in the game? This was the dopest shit. This is the dopest shit. Why don't more games have this? I don't know any other character who have like a ridiculous normal. It'll probably be her. Her crouching light is pretty ridiculous. It goes pretty far. I mean, look at that shape right there. Is he gonna struggle with this? Oh. God damn it. So yeah, she seems pretty good in that aspect. But I want to check the heavy version, which probably will lose to that move because she sticks. She sticks too much out to actually contend with that, I think. Okay, frame data up. Slow it down. Oops. Screen. Screen. Thank you. 50%. So here's the counter. Beats it out. And here's the launcher. Loses. Do it again. Not close enough. Loses. Step back. If spaced, you have to space it perfectly. You have to space it so perfectly. But it's possible. Also, what you can do is be like here. I'm gonna be right on the precipice of defeat. Yeah, that's good. She also has that. Alright. She seems pretty good in beating a lot of the scramble situations. She also has this, which is trash. Yes, he has that. She also has a fireball, which is also pretty good. Right, she has a fireball for every angle of asshole that you can imagine. But she can't pick up off of it. But she's good. She could win scrambles. Props on her. Props to her. She is good at beating out some scrambles. So her ground game should actually, close range, should actually be a little bit, it's okay, where is it? I should just give it some blue star chips. And she's comfortably at a B, I would say. I feel no different. I feel no different, but maybe. She's probably a high execution character. Unsafe specials, yeah, yada yada yada. Yeah, she's a specialist type of character. Kind of hard to say. Kind of hard to say, but yeah, I feel like she's a B minus. Where's Nana? Surprisingly a C. Why not give her a C? Pros, projectile, allows safe approach. Cons, struggles for stun damage. Yep. Struggles for damage, period, more like. Alright, so she has potential to be average at damage, is what I put. And the same for blue damage. Meter gain is pretty decent. Ground game, pretty decent. Her juggles, 1 star, and it's a blue 1 star. She has a tough time juggling. Juggling is not her game at all. Her only juggle, I believe, is a sweep. A heavy sweep. I believe that is her only juggle that she has. And her special version 2, which is kind of hard to do, and you can only get like 2 reps of it. So yes, he struggles for juggle damage. Struggles for juggles. Airplay, average. Her clashing is pretty good off the rip. Nothing special required. She's just, you know, look at the cover of the book. She's good at it. Close range, good at it. For the same reasons. And that crouching jab. Long range is 1 star. Yeah, she's more like a mid-close character, but mostly close, but in the air. But also, you know, grounded for clashing. Yeah, she's a C character. She's a C. Another high execution character. If you play against her, you're going to get timeouts. Simply put, because he has to time you out, because he's not going to kill you. So she has to play the tactical game. She's going to give you a timeout every single time. Prove me otherwise. Prove me otherwise. Till then, I'll see you next time. We got one more character though, because I didn't do all the characters. So this might be a case of me downplaying the character I like the most. This may be a case in point of that. But this is not entirely true. This is what I thought of the character before I found out a lot of stuff, and I never updated it. So I have pros. Her command grabs can class and steal turns if timely. And her cons is she's outmatched at all ranges without hard reads. Both of those pretty much say the same exact thing. If timely, hard reads. This is how the character is in a open book scenario. You open the book, she's kind of trash. She open the book, she's kind of not getting along with the rest of the cast. She struggles to do pretty much everything. Damage, speed, you name it. She can't, no fireballs. Struggle for classing, you name it. She struggles in everything if you just read the cover of the book. Right, the exact opposite of the volleyball chick and the karate chick. She's the exact opposite of those two. I learned how to play the game through her, ironically, and I found out most of the things I did through her. And through that, I found out that she's actually a pretty good character. She's very strong, in fact. I wouldn't say she's a D, far from it. I would give that microphone lady a D, but I would say she's a B plus. I would say she's a B plus. You know, I'll give her a B plus. I might have to give her an, yeah, she's close to an A minus. She's close to an A minus, close. Not quite, but she's knocking on the door. She's a B plus. But it takes a lot of blue star chips. A lot of blue star chips to get to that point, right? Everything I would put up here would just be a bunch of blue star chips added on. So what I would say differently, half her life damage is on point, right? That's true. She can take a lot of life damage, but it's even more true now. I don't know. I still haven't maximized the damage, but she can get a lot of damage off of you. Blue damage, whatever, nothing crazy, but you know, meter gain, nothing crazy. Ground game is decent, pretty decent. I would say her ground game, I would give it a, yeah, I'll leave it at 4, but I'll put a blue star chip for 5, right? Because he has a god tier clash button, a god tier class button. Her class button is pretty great. Actually, let me dial that back again. Her class button isn't all that great. It's good, but it's god tier because of the buff we were talking about. The buff makes it extraordinary, and it only complements her game in every aspect of it. Right, so he needs to get close to you to do anything. Right, so this is her class. Right, this is her class. Pretty solid, right? And let's give her a super. Pretty solid, right? It's like a line of defense. Does he have 3 supers? Anyways, it doesn't matter. So, but if you give her the buff, she's buffed up now, and now she can, you know, she can do it multiple times. We put up the chart up here. Save it. We can take a look at it. See classes in 2 points. Up top, and then middle. And then extends to the hit. I believe she can class and counter on either one of those. Yeah, on either one of those connections. First 2 connections, not the last one. And once he gets close in like this, keep in mind, she's a grappler. She has command grabs. You can't be next to her. Right? So she gets that, and her command grab gives her a full combo. Right? And then you do this whole thing. Right? And then you screw it up, but maybe you don't screw it up and you get the damage, and then you've done like half life. Right? Something like that, right? But probably more damage. And yeah, so getting the buff for her is very good for her because it now allows her to navigate a lot of the fireballs. Right, and do some cheeky stuff and just like, right, she has a command grab and she's out here parrying like it's third strike, right? So it makes her kind of scary. He's trying to get there. What's her super? Oh, it's backwards. Almost. Come on. Oh, it was right there. Never said it would be easy. Never said it'd be easy. Could also do that. And get the other super. Alright, you could also do that. Alright, get punishes you shouldn't be able to get, you know? But we want the big damage. We want the command grab. We want the SPDs. God damn. Oh, how did that not reach? It was right there. Gotcha. Then we could pick up after that, but you have to get them before they hit the ground. That's kind of tough. So you have to be like reduce the distance as much as possible. They have to be dead to right in the corner. Dead to right. Alright, let's save it right here. Oh shit. Holy shit. So let's do that one more time. For the people in the back, let's do this one more time. I doubt you probably won't have enough meter to last this long. So let's just have it put on normal right here, save it. Nah, I'm running out of meter. You don't have enough meter to do all that. But maybe if I shorten it. No. Not enough to get all of that. The first super is way too long. This is also really cheap, by the way. This is unblockable. I think they could duck it. No, they can't even duck it. Holy shit. They can't even duck it. And you could, again, using the new methods, the tiger needed. Right, so you just can't be closer than ever. Also, so you can do it low to the ground now with this one, the medium version. And the heavy version. You know. So, yeah, she's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Anyways, forgot what I was doing. This game is fun. Yeah. I'm gonna give her an A, B plus. With everything he has the command grabs and her infinite, quote unquote, is not that hard to get a grasp of. And she has a natural reset with her command grab, which will give you unscaled damage in the stun combo. From then on, it's kind of iffy on how to get the max damage, but she can get a decent amount of damage just by doing that. Her class and game is on point. Well, again, it'll be like add 2 blue stars to that. I don't think she has the best, but she's up there, right? She's up there and she has to work for it. Her long range is obviously 0. She has no long range attacks. Her air game with the air grapples or something to mess around with at the very least. Juggles pretty simple, basic, nothing that crazy. Yeah, she's pretty average at everything. And then she's got like this, just the fear of command grabs, right? Just the fear of command grabs and the way that she works within a system. Within a game full of high tier characters that doesn't necessarily complement her, she still finds a way to craft her own path to be a threat. And she does unfortunately have to scramble. She has to scramble. There are many characters who don't have to scramble. Let's go back to the character roster real quick. Right. Just take a look at it. And look at all the characters I didn't score. I didn't score this character. I didn't score Asuka. Did I? I feel like I played Asuka. I feel like I scored her. Let me yeah, I feel like Asuka. Yeah, I don't really have that much of a read on her yet. But I would just assume she's a B minus. Maybe like a B. She's just a straight up B, right? She has some good councils and she can super council. She can super council her fireball with the council tech. Class tech rather. Let the fireball go and still have her super. So she can shoot a fireball in a class and still hold on to her super. Or rather, hold on to it and throw out another one immediately. If you're at 120, you're always going to hold on to your super. But she can go out fireball and then run at you and keep getting pressure. So she used the fireball for pressure. You're blocking and she can go in on you from that point. She's capable of doing that. This character is capable of doing that too. But yeah, I said Asuka's a B. She's got some. I don't know if she has any real threatening strengths to put her in the top of the top. This character I did mess around a little bit with. I can't remember anything from it. So there might have been like one thing that I thought was somewhat good. I can't remember it though, so I have no input here. Oh, I didn't talk about her. I didn't talk about her yet. Yeah, that's why we go back and we look at these things. She's probably my favorite character. Where are you on the list? There you are. Right. I thought she was going to be higher tiered than I feel like she is. But she's going to take some time to work with, right? She's not immediately great. Right, looking at the cover, she's not immediately. Oh, she's just. Oh, okay. Here's the first thing: when you see her out the gate, you're like, oh, tennis ball. Oh shit, those fireballs go fast and quick. They do a lot of damage. Oh shit. Well, what's she gonna do about this, right? But That's just what she does, right? That's part of what she does, and she struggles in a lot of other areas. So we'll go her pros. Her specials and supers deal good life damage. Those are her projectiles. Her projectiles do good damage. They're also pretty fast, and you can't clash against them because their hitbox goes way too fast and it crosses you up. Right, so your armor is going to get penetrated through just by the passage of the fireball. And it doesn't cancel out, so it's going to go through. You have to block it or dodge it. Her con is countering pressure requires meter. My mind is a little bit fuzzy on the details of this. I feel like this is a character that I can still lab on and find a new meaning on. Right. Pause this game. I can still lab this character and find new meaning on, and I feel like I'll have a different take. But as is, I just think she's solid. Her meter gain is not the greatest. She spends a lot of meter to get people off of her. I feel like she does have a good counter move in her crouching counter to get people off of her, and it does launch. She wants to play medium to long range first and foremost, and then far medium she wants to play. And once she's like anything other than that, you know, you're just spinning meter left and right to try to get people off of you. That's what I remember my playing time being with her. Yeah. Other than that, good juggles, good in the air. She has air fireballs. Classing is kind of a weakness. Close range weakness, long range obviously her strength, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. I can't go too specific other than that. But yeah, so I agree with that. She's a B-. I feel like C is a C blank, just a blank C. This character does a lot of damage. And I did pick him up for a little bit, but I didn't grade him. I didn't write my thoughts down. So unfortunately, I can't pull up a graph. But he is pretty good. I would say he's a A-. I would say he's an A- just because of how much damage he can do. But tempted to just say B+. You already said she's the worst character in the game. And I feel like she's just like Asuka. I feel like whatever boat Asuka is in, she's in. But maybe she's just a little bit worse? A little bit worse than Asuka? Let me see. I don't really know. I don't even know all of her moves. What are the moves? Alright, so they both have the same fireball. They all have the same fireball. She has whatever that is, launching forward. And Asuka has... He has the bombs at varying distances. Is he in air? Yep. do it in the air too. And C can do it in the air. But C throws out multiple. And Asuka just chooses the distance as he wants to do it. Right, but Asuka like moves back once he does it. Alright. And this character, he moves back too. I feel like it's the same. It's like it's the same. Maybe there's like a difference in the meter it builds. She has a 10 special. She has, 10 counter, same. Alright, I'm gonna do her heavy. Fireball. And hers. Yeah, they do about the same. And hers, she does hers different motions, down, and it jumps up in the air and she tosses it just from the ground. Right, so she doesn't even have to jump. She can jump, but she doesn't have to. Right? Asuka instead has an uppercut. And she can slam it down. Does it? Yep. Can't block it in the air. Doesn't seem like any of the weights. Can't block any of the weights. Nope. What about this? You block that. All versions you can block. Block that. And that might be all her moves. I don't know. If there's any other moves. I don't know. So we have to go back here. Look at the frame data. Or the hurt box rather. Or crouch light. Or crouch light. Looks like Asuka's winning this war, in my opinion. Asuka is heavily protected here. This is Asuka's medium. Wait, no. Yeah. This is Asuka's medium kick. Medium button. Is this character's medium button? Oh, it moves forward. Save it. So, those are both of their mediums. Looks like Asuka again is winning this battle. In my opinion. My humble opinion. heavy. Only hits here. And compared to Asuka's heavy. Again, looks like Asuka is winning that battle as well. What about their counter moves? Counter move is the same, except this time it extends upwards a little bit. Also, the hurt box is a little different. The heavy version extends up to like her thigh, all the way through. The counter extends further up the thigh. It's actually an extended hurt box. But then the armor goes up. And Asuka's heavy. Oh, we already looked at her heavy. So her counter is this. Yeah. So you have to go through that in order to touch Asuka when she's doing this. That's all it means. You have to go through. Let me slow it down. You have to go through. You hit her here. You still hit her here. You still hit her. But then it's like, can you really hit her? That's her crouch. Special. Alright. Her standing special. Did we do the standing? It's her standing light. Her standing light. Her standing light looks pretty identical. Asuka's very vulnerable to lows with that one. Hat trick a little less so. Medium punch advances a little bit. It looks like a pretty good button. Pretty good button. Good luck hitting her. You know? You have to hit her early. But it doesn't linger at all, so. Oh my god, Asuka is just a better version. Looks like it's active a little bit longer too. Actually, Sensei's has a if she's Sensei, I don't know who she is. Yeah, Sensei hat chick doesn't have her lower half hurt box moves way back, so maybe it's just like a toss up. Her heavy. It's her heavy. Her heavy. Personally, see Asuka wins that as well. It's a counter. Asuka's counter. Let's just put them against each other. I personally think Sensei wins it. But I think it'll boil down to can hat chicks. I don't know. It actually kind of sucks because it doesn't activate instantly. Let's try Asuka's. They both don't activate instantly, so they're both kind of just whatever. Yeah. Jump attacks, jump light. Looks pretty trash. I'd say Asuka wins that no contest. Jump medium. Asuka's jump medium. Holy shit. Again, I say Asuka wins this no contest. Jump heavy. Oh, that is pretty big. That is a big button there. That is a doozy right there. That is a doozy, Asuka's. Okay. I think they're both good. They're both good. They're both really good. Jump counter. Her jump counter is identical to her jump heavy. In fact, they look the exact same. They look the exact same. So Asuka. No longer has legs, apparently. No longer has legs. Yeah. I think Asuka, they're both good. You know, they're both good. Overall, I think, yeah, Asuka seems like she's a better version. She's got better normals. I don't know the meter gain and the difference in all of that combos, and I'm sure will be the deciding factor. I think Asuka's better, and it's probably due to one thing that will probably make her clear and day better. I think she has a better jump fireball. How'd I do it? Back? Yeah. She has this. She can do this, and I don't think Sensei could do it. Oh, we didn't even look at their supers. Let's look at his supers real quick. So that's her super. Oh, god damn it. Oh no, see, how's that? Okay. God dang it. You can do that in the air? I didn't know that. Maybe I did, I forgot. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I don't think she can do it in there. Yeah, so those are her supers. Asuka. That's the same super. Effect's a little different. It hits you on the way up. Yeah, seems like just a slightly better version. But this one covers more horizontal. Asuka's is more vertical. And then she has her super fireball. Can't be blocked in the air. And hers can. Huh. Go figure. Yeah, I'd say overall Asuka's is better. She's better. Grab. She's even got a better grab. Right? Yeah, I think Asuka's is better. So if I were to rank them, I'd say Asuka's I still say she's a B, maybe a B plus. Cause Asuka could do the super cancel stuff. I think the hat teacher could do it too. So they could both do it. Not really a big factor in anything, but it's just something they could do. I think Asuka has better fireballs. They come out faster, more mobility with them, more utility with them, better normals, better grab. It helps that they're extra priorities and, you know, unblockable, never hurts, you know, can't block them airborne. Yeah, the hat girl, I would say she's a Asuka would be a B plus. I'd say the hat girl's a B minus, but probably a C plus. Yeah, that's what I'm sticking with. So I graded everyone on the game, and I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So hope y'all have a good one. And you know, peace, much love. Stay cool. God bless. And I'll see y'all sometime later on. Deuces.